You know I need somebody help. Not just anybody help. You know I need Superman help. Welcome everybody to another live episode of Savage Crypto. In today's episode, I am going to be providing you with some help with some ICOs, and I'm going to give you 3 ICOs that you may want to look into, do a bit of research and see if this is actually a really good opportunity for you to invest in. I would say that ICOs are going to be the best investment opportunity in 2018, simply because this is boom time. This is the gold mine period. 2018 has already proved to be an incredible, 3 days so far into the year. Unbelievable. The market cap is at 712 billion. That's just how amazing things are. Things are really on the up. Generally, there's a big spike of cash injection. So if you are excited to learn about what these 3 ICOs are, then smash that like button in excitement and anticipation. And also smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Somehow I've got 86,000 subscribers. Don't know where that came from. Just like 4,000 over the course of a couple of days. Insane. So just have a recap. The BTC dominance continues to go down. It's now under 36%, although Bitcoin is back up. But the market cap is at an extremely healthy all-time high of over 700 billion, $712. Bitcoin is over $15,000 at last, and it's staying there consistently. Ripple's now heading towards $3, a big spike up in the last 24 hours. When you didn't think it could go up anymore, it has. Ethereum has also nearly $900. We've got some really big movers. Cardano over $1 now. Cardano over $1. I told you around about Christmas Eve, I said try and get this at 35 cents. It was at 39 at the time. It went down to 32. So I hope you got some Cardano, because this has tripled since then. Stellar Lumen's doing really well at the moment. I've never really been a big fan of Stellar Lumen's, but to each their own. Litecoin, I think there was quite a big movement being prepared. There was quite some big whale purchasing happening, as if there's some anticipation of something big is occurring. I mean, if you look in last 24-hour volume, Litecoin's massive. Okay, 1 million, so it's 1 billion, so something's going on. Neo has gone over $100, I think. Neo doing exceptionally well now. We were in this period where forever it was in the early $30, having spiked up to like 46. It went down to early 30s, late 20s. Sometimes it went, right down to early 20s to even $15 during the China FUD period. And now it's gone right back up, like I knew it would. I said it was going to be a 3-figure coin, and it's going very shortly to be, and a 4-figure coin in future. Some others haven't really, been growing as much as they were in December, like Dash, for instance. Monero, not really grown tremendously. EOS has had a little bit of a slowdown. Bitcoin Gold 2. Rayblox has really gone for it. It's been over $30 recently. BitConnect's doing okay. Icon, over $6 still. What else are we seeing? Well, I'm going to talk about Steam in a minute. But otherwise, no huge movers. VeChain doing really well, now going up towards $3. KuCoin, I said that KuCoin, I think KuCoin is the next Binance, personally. I think it's getting up there. It was very, very low. Literally a month ago, it was about 50 cents. It had gone right back down. It went up to 90 cents and then went down to 50 cents. And now it has gone up to $7.50. So a huge gain there. Well over 10 times. In fact, nearly about 14 times growth since then. Dragon Chain's still doing relatively well. So we got some really good ones. But I want to take some time to talk about this one, particularly Ethos. Ethos was a cryptocurrency that back in July, if you're a member of my mastermind group, which you can be a member of, just easy. If you become one of my students, you have to be a student. If you try and join and not be a student, you can't get in. You have to join via being a student, which you can do just by taking one of my courses. It's $10.99 here, but you can get it even cheaper in the link in the description to be a member of the mastermind group. And I always give more to my mastermind group than any other community, because these guys have obviously taken the decision to invest in being part of my community, so in which case they probably get the iron share. And back at lion's share even. And back in July 2017, when Ethos was at ICO, I said, guys, I've invested heavily into Bitcoins, which it was then. I'm recommending it because it's this and that. It's a multi-currency wallet, blah, blah, blah. And at that time, there was nothing heard of like it, and I thought it was very much needed in cryptocurrency, because at that time we had Coinbase, which sucked basically. And so people got involved in this at 5 cents. It went down to 2 cents, I think, at one point, 2.5 cents, because I got some at 2.7 cents. Yeah, I did. I got some at 2.7 cents back in July. And it skyrocketed ever since I brought out my course called The Long-Term Cryptocurrency Investment Opportunity, which I brought out at this point here. It was the 8th of August, I think, when it was 17 cents. And since then, it's just absolutely rocketed. And today, it has finally achieved 100 times investment. Something that I mean, the reason I'm bringing this up is because something that I like to passionately talk about is long-term investing. And long-term investing, people say, well, what does long-term mean? How long do I have to hold? Well, essentially, I say anywhere between 50 times to 1,000 times investment. And you can achieve that as long as it's a cryptocurrency that solves a huge problem, has amazing vision, great tech, great team, and also has a roadmap that will take it to that will take it to a valuation that will help you achieve 1,000 times. You are going to need to have a kind of element of luck as well, because you're going to need to have people being evangelists that have good influence. But so today marks the point where Ethos has achieved 100 times investment. So this is kind of like where I would say, this is long term. But I'm not saying to people, get out, because I think times 1,000. This is one of the few cryptocurrencies you can achieve times 1,000 on. Okay, so, and it can happen, and this only needs to achieve, $50 to achieve 1,000. I think there's a hell of a lot that can be achieved with this. But, I mean, you may say I'm biased, but that's just what I personally think. And Steam was what I had my previous huge position in before Ethos. If you've been following me for a while, you will see I've been evangelizing about Steam for such a long time. I have said that there multiple occasions, this is like the Facebook of cryptocurrency, and it has gone on to achieve a lot of the perceived value that people had in it. I said this was going to be a $10 coin within the year. And it is getting right up to that. Yesterday it was, $5, $6. Now it's $7, $8. Okay, so it's getting up towards that $10 valuation. Hell of a lot of money going into it. And it's quite frankly getting the recognition it deserves. And I'm quite frankly a bit pissed off. I didn't really take a huge position like I said I was going to at $1. I did accumulate, but I didn't accumulate near enough. Why is this happening? Well, elements of this is because they have become a serious deal now. I brought you a video a couple of weeks ago about an ICO that's coming out. They are running. And in order to get involved in the airdrop, you have to have some Steam. I'm going to be talking about that in this episode. So, without further ado, I just wanted to really showcase the fact that ICOs are the big opportunity. And now I'm going to talk about 3 ICOs that I think are big ones to watch out for this month. Okay, so at number 3, we have got Sever. Okay, so Sever has been talked about. I think it's been picked up by John McAfee. I've had a look at it, and I think it's got good potential. All right, so let me tell you why. So what is Sever? Sever is essentially a software run by a company, and Sever is essentially a software that connects to social media platforms. Okay, so it connects to Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. All of these platforms where you can advertise, where you can do ads like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, all that. There is not necessarily one place where you can collate all the data. Okay, so what Sever does is essentially it's almost like a WAN chain for social media platforms. So it speaks to and connects with all of the social media platforms that are mainly used by marketers. Okay, and what it does is it connects and it extracts data, which is then delivered onto the blockchain. Okay, so that valuable data is essentially sorted using artificial intelligence, algorithms, and it's sorted to give the most relevant data to companies. Okay, so it's really it's a marketers and businesses marketing functions tool. If they want to get the best data that can then be used to market, can be used for incentive schemes, loyalty schemes for customers. So it's almost like a WAN chain for social media. Okay, so essentially what can be created is smart contracts. All right, so let's say, for instance, a little bit like Indahash in a way, where if you've got a customer who retweets one of your, if you're a business and you've got an offer or something, if they retweet it or if they engage with it in some way, then a smart contract can be created. That's another element of the Tether software that enables businesses to have better relationships with customers, enables them to actually deliver offers via smart contracts. So if a customer does something, then they get something in return. That's how a smart contract essentially works. It's like an automated process of getting this done. So it's got an enormous potential. It's projected to be a $14 billion industry this year, because 93% of marketers generally, and marketing is a huge business. I mean, at the end of the day, how do you get a business name out there? Marketing. So 93% of marketers use social media as a tool. Obviously I do, I was a marketer, marketed, various products in the past, like when I had an app business, I used social media marketing as part of my marketing strategy. And so, you get your stuff on Facebook, you get your stuff on YouTube, you get your stuff on Twitter, and people who help you spread the message, and they essentially get rewarded for it. Okay, so given the size of the industry, given the dollars involved in the industry at 14 billion, this is why it's got great long-term potential. Now, the company is actually Mware. They've been around for a while. They're the developers of the Tether software. And they have got 15 team members on the project. So you can go onto the Tether.io team page, you can have a look, and you can see that there are 15 members with large breadth. Okay, so you've got developers, you've got marketers, you've got legal, so legal covers, all of the smart contract area, which is something I would look for. You've got blockchain, technical, and you've also got the kind of senior team. So they've got a breadth within their project. Something that I look for is technology, superstars, and breadth, and also the vision. So vision seems quite sound here, related to a big industry. The technology with the smart contract software, with the connection to social media, that's massive, and that's not really something that you see or have seen at all. There's nothing that actually directly talks to social media and extracts data. So this is a first mover. So it seems to have all of the elements I look for in an ICO, and there's 100 million tokens that are available as part of this company, okay? And it's $1.90 a token, which is quite high in my personal opinion, but this is related to the token supply. So over the course of time, I mean, it's not going to start off total 100 million tokens. It's going to start off with a smaller number. So this means that the 190 could probably go quite far as long as the supply is kept around about 8 figures, low 8-figure supply. So it's relatively high. What I see is the fact that these guys are potential first movers, okay? And as a result of that, it could make that $1.90 go much further. If we're talking about a company that's already in a congested field like smart contracts or like debit cards or something, then it might be a bit tougher to get movement. But I think that this is operating really on their own first mover advantage. They're unique. So this has good opportunity. So I'm liking Tether. And number 2, Crypterium. Okay, Crypterium. Okay, so it's quite a mouthful to say. Now, Crypterium is something that I have heard. I've heard a lot of people in my social media, a lot of people on my YouTube comments have been saying, cover Crypterium, Crypterium. I can't even bloody say it. So I've looked into Crypterium, and I actually think that this is quite special, actually. Quite special. So, what are they? So essentially, they enable mobile contactless payments, and they are a crypto bank, or aiming to be a crypto bank. Now, this isn't 100% unique with crypto banks. You've got Polybius, you've got Bankera, both of which are promising. Bankera, I would say, is more promising. But what I do like is this contactless payment thing. So they are going to be using like Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Android Pay in order to be able to use like your watch, to be able to use your mobile, in order to be able to pay for stuff. So you don't need a card. So we're seeing a lot of card companies. We're seeing, you know, we've got Monaco, we've got 10X, we've got Centra, we've got Kevin, even Ethos are going to be entering the game. There's quite a few card companies, okay? But what we haven't got is contactless. That's something that I am quite keen to see as an innovation, because it's removing cards out of the process altogether. So essentially a virtual card. So that is what Crypterium is going to be enabling. Now, what I like the most, I think, is the fiat gateway is going to be actually integrated with PayPal. All right, so when you're buying your cryptocurrency, this is one of the tougher things to do. Okay, so you need Coinbase right now. You need to have a Coinbase account. You need to, you know, fund it, link it to a bank account. And I have heard so many complaints that people can't link their bank accounts, that Coinbase takes a week, 3 weeks, a month to verify customers. So there's a big issue with the fiat gateway. And something that is really surprising is that there is no PayPal integration with a fiat gateway. And so what Crypterium are going to do is they're going to be enabling the ability to buy cryptocurrency via your PayPal. I like that. So no need for exchanges, essentially, to buy your cryptocurrency. And you're going to be able to buy a lot of cryptocurrencies via this bank. Okay, so they're looking to eradicate exchanges altogether. I like that. Now, they are offering cashback and loyalty schemes for customers, for token holders. Okay, so when it comes to token holders, you know, something that enables a cryptocurrency to keep its value is the holding community. Okay, if you've got a holders community, you're more likely to keep a good support level for a cryptocurrency. And so Crypterium are actually offering cashback. I think it's up to 80% cashback on purchases made via the contactless payments, plus loyalty schemes for token holders. Okay, so really good stuff. Now, something that they have put on their website, which I don't know if it's 100%, I don't know if it's 100% fact, is that you can only buy tokens via the ICO. Okay, so you'll be able to sell them, but you know, via the ICO is going to be the only place you can get them. Once they've sold out, they're not going to be available in any other means, is what they've said. So that creates the demand for the cryptocurrency. Okay, so basically, if you're a token holder, you are essentially in possession of something that is highly in demand and is going to produce token rewards. So I kind of like that. So I'll be looking for them to elaborate on that, because it doesn't necessarily sound like it's anything different in a way, because you know, you buy things on a token sale anyway, and then they're available on exchange when people sell them. I guess what they're saying is they are not going to be putting a batch of tokens on the exchange. All you're going to be able to buy is somebody else's tokens if they sell them. So that's something I want to hear a bit more, but it sounds good so far. They've got quite a lot of breadth. Okay, so they've got 13 team members. They've got senior management. Again, they've got a load of departments covered. So they've got the business breadth. They've also got 10 high-powered advisors. You can have a look. They've got their LinkedIns on the team page. You can have a look, and some of them have got huge multinational company experience, being at humongous companies, and particularly in the banking sector as well. So when you're looking for somebody who's going to be in charge of a cryptocurrency bank, you are going to be looking for people who are actually superstars in the finance industry, in the banking industry, and they seem to have that in their superstar advisor team. So they've got, in essence, 23 people behind this operation. So very interesting. Now, they've got 300 million tokens, $1.50 a token. All right, so these are high-in demand tokens. Now, personally, I like buying tokens that are under $1, okay? But, you know, it's a low 9-figure supply. This is in the sweet spot, okay? But when I first purchased Ethos, this was 277 million total supply, 5 cents a token. So I'm not necessarily sure of the potential market cap opportunity. I'm not necessarily sure how much this is likely to travel your $1.50. But it all depends really on the scarcity of the tokens. They're saying that the tokens are going to be super scarce. And so in order to be in possession of them means that you've got a highly valuable commodity in your hands. So it's 0.0001 of a Bitcoin per token, which at the moment at 15 grand is $1.50. So interesting one, but I'm not necessarily keen on the price per token. So Could be worth waiting and seeing when this gets on an exchange if you can buy this cheaper. But, you know, otherwise, this is quite an interesting outfit. So what's number one? Let's have a look. Let's open this out to the chat. Let's open it out, see what you guys are thinking. And let's also see and make sure you can hear me. Can you imagine if you couldn't hear me in this podcast? 2,000 people watching. Awesome. Smash up the likes, people. Only 500 likes. There's nearly 3,000 people watching. Bloody hell. So Insure Pal, co-vesting, one chain for some reason. Jabrel Network, that's no longer at ICO stage. Guts, never heard of Guts. Someone has guessed it. Another person's got it. R-Chain, really don't get that. Confido? Oh, CoinFi, whatever that is. B-Token. Hey there, Michelle. Good morning, Snuggles. Like it, like it. Bankera, no, it's not Bankera, although Bankera are ICO. I recommended Bankera about 3-4 months ago at pre-ICO, so I bought a ton of Bankera. I think Bankera could give these guys a run for their money because they are close to getting their banking license. Co-vesting, Bluezell, no, none of these. So I was just showing you, wow, there are a lot of AdBank. There are a lot. I love you too, Bill Frost. There are a lot of guesses. I am massively chuffed with the amount of people watching. Awesome, awesome. So, I was just taking you essentially through why Steam is going right up, okay? I think one of the big reasons for Steam's massive injection in value, why it's gone right up, is because of the next ICO. They are running an ICO, peeps. There's going to be a cryptocurrency starting up based on the Steam blockchain, and the crowd sale, the pre-sale crowd sale, pre-ICO crowd sale starts today. And that ICO is Vice, okay? Vice. Now, it's so busy that I've tried to get on the Vice website today and it's just not working. It's not working. I've been trying for an hour to get it up. I was going to say I've been trying for an hour to get it up, but but anyway, I've been trying for an hour to get it to load up, and it's just not loading up. And I think the reason why is because this is going to be massive. So what is Vice? Vice is essentially a platform that will allow you to watch adult movies, okay? But the best part is not only do you not have to pay, not only is advertising not going to be thrust in your face, but as a customer, you actually get paid to watch. This seems to be the most counterintuitive way of running a pornographic business, which is that people should actually pay. That's typically been the model. People pay to watch it. If previously, not that I've got experience, but you go on these websites, you've got to pay to watch the premium stuff. If you're watching it on TV, you've got to pay to watch it. There's adverts everywhere. There's different films that are being put in front of you all the time. Vice is turning the industry 100% on its head. And essentially, not only making it free, but actually paying you to watch really well-made stuff. Unbelievable. So this is essentially the ICO opportunity right now that exists. Now, why it's such a huge opportunity, why it's number one, is because adult content is essentially worth 100 billion in the industry. The industry is worth 100 billion. It's huge, huge, both on the internet and on films, TV, on DVDs. It's a ginormous industry. Got to be very careful about the innuendo of every word I say right now. It's such a big industry that they're disrupting, okay? Very much like what Power Ledger did, okay? Now, Power Ledger is essentially trying to take the power away from big business that charge you a lot of money, and put the power in the hands of the people. So, Vice is essentially looking to put the power in your hands. So they are disrupting a massive multi-billion, hundreds of billions in the industry, okay? So this is why it's huge. Enough. Now, it's based on the Steam blockchain, okay? So Steam is arguably the most busy blockchain, okay? So it has hundreds of thousands of transactions on a daily basis. It's look, if you look in the innards of the Steam blockchain, it's so super busy with DTube running running Steemit, running D-Audio, running D-Live. That's 4 platforms being used on the Steam blockchain, and it still runs super well. Being one of the busiest blockchains, way busier than Ethereum, and it doesn't bring down the service. Now, you may say, oh, Superman, but the Vice website isn't working. That's not on the Steam blockchain. The blockchain that hosts the videos is going to be on the Steam blockchain, not the website at the moment. Okay, so the website really is just a landing page, a token page for you to look at. But it's a Steam-based blockchain that can handle millions of user activity, millions of transactions. So it's scalable. And I love that, because if this was on the Ethereum blockchain, you'd think, well, look what happened with CryptoKitties. You'd probably think that it could get really congested with crap and stop people's transactions going through. So being on the Steam blockchain, which puts transactions through in seconds, I sent some Steam dollars to another account. It happened immediately. And so essentially, this is what's going to happen. You are going to be able to watch content and it will load up straight away. And despite the masses of activity. I love that. I love that. And this is where I see Steam moving into kind of better than Ethereum. Okay, I see it. This is where I saw the $10 valuation, the $10 per coin valuation coming from. Now, they've got a superstar team within the Vice team. They've got one major filmmaker from Penthouse, which produces... I can't say I've ever watched it, but I'm taking other people's opinions into consideration here. So Penthouse make really nice movies, if you like that kind of thing. Really well produced, scripted movies. Okay, so it's not like the stuff that you can, no, not you, but people, the amateur stuff, I guess, where people just upload stuff on their phone or stuff on their cameras or whatever. It's not like that. This is actually quality made stuff. So they've got one superstar team maker that was that worked for Playgirl and also Penthouse. So big superstar, and plus their CEO is not only a blockchain and programming expert, but also a porn content expert as well. So great team. This is where it gets slightly... this is where there's a slight negative. So there's 4 billion tokens. So this is a huge number of tokens, okay? But this is essentially to incentivize the platform users, okay? I imagine this is going to be, because it's a $100 billion industry, there are going to be millions of users using this platform, okay? So in order to have the amount of tokens to be able to pay them for watching, there needs to be a high supply. Otherwise, there's no chance of being able to pay everybody. So it's quite a high supply. But having said that, I think that there's not going to be a huge amount of unused tokens, okay? And there's 5 cents a token. That's quite cheap. That's quite cheap. I'd probably be looking for cheaper for 4 billion. But given that I think a lot of these tokens are going to get used up, then essentially I think that 5 cents is an okay amount, okay? It's an okay amount. But I don't know. It's difficult to say because we are currently in probably the biggest boom period cryptocurrency has ever seen. And it's very likely that this will get bought right up to $5, okay? Given literally the size of this platform and literally how this could enable huge adoption of cryptocurrency platforms, okay? Just like Steemit, this is going to be like the Steemit for the porn industry. So huge, huge opportunity. So I'd love to see what you guys have to say, but I think that a big reason why is because the Steam's really going up is because of that. Bear with me a sec. Let me just put the light on. It's getting dick. Let's see what you guys are saying. How many of you guys are going to get involved in Vice? Won't you please, please help me? What do you all think about Queef Coin? Where can I buy Vice? So, the instructions, if I could get them, is on the Vice website. So it's Vice. Let's see if it's working now. Might be working. I was trying this earlier, but it just wasn't working. And again, it doesn't look like it's working. So it gets airdropped to Steam holders. That's one way I certainly know how to get involved in it. But the instructions, I think, have only been made live today, and I've not been able to get on the platform today. So terrible, terrible, isn't it? Terrible. So in the absence of that, let's have a look at Crypterium. Okay, so crypto bank for crypto people. Pay with any currency, cryptocurrency, any cryptocurrency in 42 million stores worldwide without card, limits and commissions. Okay, so it says here, why is the token so unique? All tokens will be issued during ICO. This is coded into the smart contract. Therefore, it is 100% guaranteed by decentralized blockchain protocol. There will be no tokens issued after ICO. Constant demand, loyalty rewards, which provides cash back up to 80% for every transaction you make. That's amazing. Okay, compliance, this is a good thing. Okay, you want to make sure that this is compliant with financial SEC regulations as well, so that you can get involved in this with no chance of problems down the line that it's not compliant. Technical brilliance. So the team who developed the smart contract has 5 years of experience in blockchain solutions. Okay, so a lot of really good, really valuable factors here. Crypterium likely to be the next big thing. From one of their advisors, which was one of the co-founders of TechCrunch, a huge technological blog for apps and all that kind of thing. 200 million potential clients, 100 times faster transactions, and up to 8 times lower than traditional transaction costs. Okay, so 500 billion USD expected revenue of crypto banks by 2025. So big opportunity. Big opportunity. So I would recommend that you have a look at this and see what you think of the opportunity. So you've got here contactless payment options, Apple Pay, Samsung, integration with third-party payment wallets like PayPal, Gift, WeChat. So it's going to be big in Asia potentially, Alipay, Paytm. Then you've got Sever here. Sever, just to give you a quick overview of what the website looks like. I do think this has got really good legs, this one. First intelligent social marketing platform. There is a 40% bonus as well, current until the 14th of January. Minimum contribution of 0.1 of an ETH, but you only get 466 Ethereum. 466 Sever for 1 Ethereum, so it's quite low. So here we are. Let me just show you essentially what it looks like. Okay, so normally smart contracts run inside the blockchain, but it's isolated from all of the social media networks. Okay, so what they need is for blockchain businesses to be able to get data from these different social media platforms and be able to put this information on a blockchain so that they can run these smart contracts for customer loyalty, customer targeting. So this is their solution. So blockchain businesses use Sever, which connects to the social media network. So you've got Tumblr, Pinterest, Google+, YouTube, Twitter, something else, Flickr, I think that is, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. So you've got a lot of you've got all of the main ones. It extracts from them because it connects to it. It extracts raw data, which is then analyzed using artificial intelligence, web crawling tools, API software, and I believe algorithms, natural language processing to deliver data, which is then used by blockchain businesses. So basically, it's an awesome circle. There we are. And just to give an example, you can give discounts and promotional offers to specific customers if they promote your product on social channels. So if they tweeted or posted about your last 5 items bought from your company, they automatically get a 15% discount on the next purchase with a smart contract. So it's got all of these use cases: customer loyalty, targeted advertising, marketing campaigns, audience segmentation because of the breadth of big data, promotions, referrals, behavior analysis, so it gives them good market research onto how customers are behaving, and develop applications to suit the behaviors. So brilliant. It's got a lot of opportunity. And so the mainnet, testnets and mainnet in March 2018, limited access to beta users, and then there's going to be a produced version in May 2018. So a good little roadmap there. So there we are, peeps. That's what is on offer. So at the moment, we've got a very booming cryptocurrency market. It's unbelievable. Let's see if it's gone up or down. Hopefully it's gone up. Not up by very much. I have to say, looking at my blockfolio, I have never been so in awe of my blockfolio. My blockfolio looks unbelievable. I could not have imagined this. I have essentially doubled my whole entire portfolio in the space of like about 3 weeks. It's unbelievable. Obviously, one of the biggest elements of that is Utrust. Utrust has gone right up, and I've got a huge holding in Utrust. I think this is about 70 cents right now, 75 cents. So I've got a huge holding in Utrust. This has really helped. But I think just generally, it's just such an amazing time right now. And I do expect there to be a bit of a pullback because it happened with Bitcoin. And I imagine it's just going to happen again with altcoins because it always happens. You know, cryptocurrency is just like a constant Elliott wave. You've got ups, you've got downs, ups, downs, ups, downs. But what you see with cryptocurrency is it goes up. You know, it goes up higher than it was previously. So even if it goes up high and pulls down, when it goes up again, it will exceed what the previous high. So, you know, so what I'm saying by that is that although there may be a pullback at some point, a lot of people are expecting there to be blood on the streets at some point eventually, that it is going to continue to go up. And over the course of 2018, this has been an explosive last 3 days. So I do imagine that 2018 is going to be the most amazing year, bar none. So, watch this space, peeps. Make sure that you are sticking in for this. Make sure that you are active. Even if you just purchased a load of coins today and then left it for a year, you would probably be very, very pleased with what will have happened to your initial investment throughout the course of the year. Also, get involved in this ICO course because this shows you how to identify really good ICOs. You can apply essentially the criteria from this course into the ICOs I've just shown you and other ICOs that are currently you know, out there for you to get involved in. If you've got a coin schedule, you can see them. You can have a look at them. Okay, so there we are, mere blade. So thank you very much for joining me today on this wicked episode of Savage Crypto. And I will see you next time. Also, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to leave in the comments, let me know what cryptocurrencies would you like me to cover for you, so that I can make sure that I'm bringing content that's relevant to you each and every time. Because that's what I love to do, peeps. That's what I love to do. So let me just have a look and see if there's any further questions, any other good questions maybe. I'm hopeful that somebody's put a good question for me to answer. Vices for dicks. Well, literally. Dentcoin, I've not really looked at. I've looked at Dentcoin a little bit, but I don't really see much of a pain point. Not as major as other people say. Medical chain I've had a look at. Medical chain is essentially like a WAN chain for the medical industry. It looks interesting. It looks like they've got a partnership with the NHS, which is the National Health Service in England. So I think they've got some good partnerships. That could work. But really, you need to look at everything. Square ICO. Michelle, I can't say I expected anything less from you. That's it. Yeah, what else is there to say? I think that's it, peeps. That is it. So, Mexico. So that's it, peeps. Thank you very much for joining me. 3,000 of you, that's marvellous. Make sure you leave a comment. What cryptocurrency do you want me to look into for you? And I will happily look. So that's it, peeps. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Savage Crypto. I will see you next time. Lights out, peeps. All out.